Hello Blender folks, welcome and welcome back. This is Gnomes, and today starting a new week and major progress here. As you see in the title, so there is a conversion thing from the Shrinkwrap features in Blender. So this I was able to do already for my own integrated eyes rig. I have a tutorial for that, 2022 I mean, and 2023 tutorial, very long tutorial, but anyways, it shows one technique that no one else shows very well. So I think I documented one method of doing cartoony eyes rig, and for stylized eyelashes, preventing most horrid eyelids intersections, having automation for the eyebrows and all that, orbicularis, oculis, muscles, and but it was, now I have some improvements. One of them is regarding some eyebrows expressions, but this is another topic. So the fact is that all that rig I was able already to know how to convert the Shrinkwrap modifier features, like that are much easier to use, right, to implement in Blender, right? Shrinkwrap for eyelids, eyelids borders, which is just some mesh, and the eyelashes also, they can be helped so they don't get into the eyeball sometimes, so can help sometimes, yeah, because the mesh is too close and to the eyelids mesh, and so because the eyelids, they are pushed forward, then the eyelashes also, if they are not, their positioning already starts to have some intersection. So from edit mode, I mean on pose mode, because of the modifier that is stacking here before, right? You see the eyelids are pushed forward. I do this because it's easier to have the mesh already started on the same surface of the eye surface or the eyeball, so it's easier to adapt every time, to maintain. If we use some, yeah, then it's nice if we had this, if Blender had this feature like topology, retopology, but based on, I think this works, because this is enough set, so maybe maybe that works. Okay, so there would be an advantage. We could already fix this, maybe, if this works. Let's see. I'm not sure if this will read. Yeah, because I never used this, but in front of other geometry. Yeah, I have another geometry, but do I need to be snapping? No, it doesn't seem to be working. Anyways, I'm not gonna use this. The Universal Sonic Melt Rig, which is a documented tutorial, or yeah, there's stuff in the Blender Artist Farm. I've been talking about that because it's really, really nice. And here I've made a new breakthrough on the adaptation, something that I had in mind, but I tried one or another time, like quickly, and I wasn't able to get anything good. It sounded really hard, or maybe even impossible and feasible. But turns out that after a lot of thought, over time and some processing and some other works, I was able to sort of find a way to convert the Shrinkwrap modifier, the Shrinkwrap muzzle. It goes to the ghost muzzle mesh, which is this one. So it's a mesh that is behind, it is shrink flattened behind in a small scale, right, to the operation, which is called shrink flatten. So it maintains the shape according to the original one. So with a centralized positioning of the vertices, okay, along normal, somewhat scale along normals. And so the cool thing is that, okay, so we can convert this to, in some ways, to shrink wrap. So what's happening here is that you will see that I have the, yeah, so I'm a bit tired today. Maybe I won't make a highlight here. This will be for another case scenario, another day. So basically I'm going to, you see that these bones are the lips bones, they are deformed bones and they have some automation, okay, but this is my implementation. But then they have this shrink wrap. It's a different shrink wrap, it's a project, so I found that this works a little slightly better. And what happens, okay, is that, okay, so this is essentially, ignoring all this, this is essentially just as the Universonic Mouth Rig, but instead of a shrink wrap modifier on the mesh of the face, targeting the ghost muzzle mesh object, but also with a vertex group for this specific thing. I have it here, but it's not being used because now I'm making the conversion, right? And let's see, where is the sort by name? Alright, so at the end we have this muzzle, and which is this one, right? So, but it's not being used anymore because I have the convert. So how does that work? Well, because this is complicated, we need sort of a legion of deformed bones on the, not only for the lips, which are already a small amount of bones, right? 8 bones in total. We could make more or less, but this is a good amount. And so, just as the proposed by the Universonic Mouth Rig, then it works very well indeed. So the only thing that I've made is that I've made a supportive extra corner bones here because it's too low poly, there's no subdivision surface modifier. Then I have trouble with the shape of the corner, but we can sometimes so this is because of the low poly of my models. So you see this, and the topology also. So maybe a sharp corner, maybe I have to, I'll see that later. It's a little detail. Yeah, I can fix by doing this, right? Like collapsing one into the other. But this can cause other trouble. Anyways, so then we have supportive bones for the face, but this works not as this bone. Actually, I should change this bone's color. Let's get this one something that is more adequate here. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure, so I'm gonna just give this some, the same color as this one, okay, the black for now, and it's not, yeah, it's one kind of black with some I don't remember, some reddish color tone, very something like that, but very dark. So here, these supportive bones, actually these ones, the purple ones, they are slightly different. They work just as this one as well. They work just as the lips bones in terms of their deforms. So they don't have deforms in the ghost muzzle, but they have deforms on the lips, though not exactly on the lips, but on the surrounding areas of the lips. Yeah, they can have also some waves on the lips to share. So they have more influence, so they are supportive bones for the surrounding. So we could even consider making them expand more, so this will be something that I'll still be investigating. So you see they have strong waves in the middle there on this other region, while here already in another bone this was very different, because this one not only deforms this mesh, but it also will deform the ghost muzzle. And you see that we have it's just a double deform. So this is the inverse sonic mouth. So these supportive mouth bones, what happened here? I think I have a problem with the mirror. This version of Blender is screwed up, it's bugged with the let's isolate this, backslash numpad backslash. Yeah, you see this is a bug. So I need first to, okay, I'm gonna make some waves here because I thought I fixed that, but apparently not. So gonna just reinforce. I've got a lot of subdivisions here, but this is not level 2, but this is not really these are the supportive lip bones, so I cannot wave paint them onto the ghost muzzle, because otherwise they would be deformed bones that are shrink wrapping to the same surface that they deform. This cannot be done. That will create a horrid dependency cycle. And so but these are different, except that these are different because they can because they are not shrink wrapped through bone constraints, or they are bones, so they cannot be shrink wrapped by shrink wrap modifier anyways, but by the, so they don't have the benefit of the shrink wrap bone constraint, but they can deform simultaneously both mesh. But this double deforms is sort of less useful here without the shrink wrap modifier. So the only thing that, the funny thing about this is that, for example, I have this giga mouth bone. This is a special one. It has some issues, but you see, but it can deform the ghost muzzle. This concept already existed there, and by doing that it can push the other bones, but this is not, because they are shrink wrapped with bone constraints, but not this one. This is free, just as these other, which are not the supportive lips or mouth bones, these ones. Okay, so they are not bone constrained. They are free to move, and they deform both mesh, the ghost that we're seeing here, and also the, except this one. This one cannot, let me remember why. there's some reason this one is special. It's even different than that, but we could make it similar. I think it's because it is sharing some waves very close to the lips, but it is not shrink wrapped. So if I wave paint that particular bone on the face, then I think that will create a dependency cycle. So anyways, I just need to fix the buggy thing here in Blender. It's super hard to fix. I need to report this. Basically, if I have here wave paint, right? Where is the, okay, it's the cheekbone left. Oh no, but it is not here. Okay, it's the other, here I fixed, but not here. So, oh, but I can fix this with, okay, we're gonna make a highlight here for another thing that is actually super important for certain projects. I hope that will fix the thing. Yeah, it should fix. Let's make the highlight. Alright folks, so here is a tricky thing to do in Blender. The UI is a bit difficult for that, and there's not plenty of tutorials about that. I think specifically I've never found anything about that, just related but not exactly. So here is the thing. I want to bring some waves from, transfer waves from just one bone. For example, this one, the other one is symmetric, so it's cheekbone left, from this mesh to this mesh, which is a ghost muzzle for some facial rig setup, universal sonic mount rig, by the way. So here, I could wave paint, I could transfer the, right, in other ways, but this will transfer everything and it will override, and maybe this is good, but in this case, I just want one single transfer wave. And so the simplest way I found to do this, so the problem here is that this part here has a bug in Blender 4.3, I think, that, or 4.3.2, that with the mirror modifier, often we start wave painting, it doesn't work, it goes to the other side. So this is why I have this inversion. It's bizarre. So now it's very hard to fix this, actually, because it automates, regenerates, it doesn't allow the naming, is super complicated. So it's not the problem here. So I hope they fix this soon, very soon. So the thing here is that I'm gonna pick this mesh, and then actually this way is the opposite one. We got this mesh and then the source mesh as the active, because we're gonna do this not from wave paint mode but from the object mode with the link transfer data and transfer mesh data. And so this I've added to, right, I've added this to quick favorites because it's very good to wave paint, for instance. Right, so transfer, so this is the active, differently from the wave paint mode where we use, if we want transfer waves, we want to be on the active is the mesh that is the destination, right? So we're gonna, okay, the destination, then the source on object mode here, then transfer mesh data, and so now vertex groups, yes. And then last operation region, then of course usually nearest face interpolated, Object transforms, yeah, we want to ignore the poses, we just want the rest positions, binding pose states of the meshes, right? Then here is the thing. So now instead of using source layer, just the active is cheekbone left. Yeah, I want this one, and I want to bring it, because this is the correct one for this mesh, but it's incorrect for the other one. So active layer, yes, source, the active one, and destination layer by name. So that will look like that. Oh, what will do? Well, it will bring the active to, it will generate the layer if it doesn't exist and replace. I think that's it. So it will look for all the names, and if you have active layer, I think it will not work, it will not generate. So I'm not totally sure, but I know that this worked out. So now let's check what happened. Actually, yeah, let's just check here the... Okay, so this is what I have here. I suspect it might not have worked because of the bug. Yeah, it well, turns out that maybe the bone is too far, but this is because of subdivisions. Okay, maybe I can do something about this. Yeah, so the waves weren't, but the bones seem to be existing, right? The vertex groups, they exist. So let's try again. So this to here, then transfer mesh data, which is object, transfer mesh data, transfer mesh data. Okay, then vertex groups, just I want that, so that is more interesting because we can decide, we can isolate what we want to transfer. Otherwise, transfer, yeah, there are other methods that would transfer everything, right? Like duplicating objects, right? Sometimes it's not good, right? So active layer, yes, this time this is active. Then by name, yeah, so I think that will be it. Then replace. Let's be careful, because if we invert that, it will be... Oh, now it seems that it worked. Yes, finally. So I don't know, maybe it needed to override some data before, or the location here was... I've added the edge creases, maybe helped, because this has a subdivision that might not need to be like that, right? This should be enough in this low poly character. But then with more, it's actually important because of the Shrinkwrap feature of the bone constraints. They, if it's not too smooth, then it will, the bone might be jumpy. Alright, so here we got that transfer. And so that's a single one with its mirrored vertex group, right? That's it. Please like, subscribe, folks, if you enjoy the content. Alright, so now that we got this little thing fixed, so we'll see that now we have this double deforms there, but it doesn't really affect anything. The only thing that is affects, actually, because there is not the Shrinkwrap modifier, is that these bones, they have some sort of motion there, but it's a bit dangerous because they can sometimes get displaced like that, so this is dangerous. So the Shrinkwrap modifier is so much better because it snaps the mesh itself, right? So we don't need to be playing with the bones, right? They just have a head point is their pivot point, and then they are dotted, right? They are just a point in space. They are like how to say, someone that on the sea naufrage. So they are deriving in the oceans, they are lost. So the bones, they are very dumb. So anyways, they don't know where to go, right? And so maybe if we made a structure, but then I think that a structure of bone to this could create some issues, right? It will be complicated, right? You have to make the scaling of one locked to the other, like, and then in certain positions it will be bizarre. So I think it's not necessary. So here we got something weird about the okay, let's reset the pose first. Okay, so actually I just want here very specific bones of the face. So these are the supportive bones again. So these supportive bones, they got the Shrinkwrap. So you see, we cannot get them inside. And if we push some supportive, some muzzle bones, they get automated because of the Shrinkwrap bone constraint. But yeah, something I didn't explain, but it's fundamental. I was struggling with the highlight, is that if I get the tweak lips bones, these supportive lips bones, I don't need to pose them because the lips bone automate them. Aha! I cannot automate this one though. It will create dependency cycle because this bone deforms the ghost muzzle behind the invisible wire mesh. So these bones that are controllers that control deformed bones, or they are deformed bones of the lips themselves, this is a peculiarity of the Universal Sonic Melt Rig. These bones, they cannot control in any ways these bones, but the opposite, I guess it's possible. Like, for example, this bone, this master jawbone, it can drag this master melt bone, which has similar problem with the lips bones. It is shrink wrapped. Although it's a control bone, it's not a deformed bone. It in the Universal Sonic Melt Rig, it became a deformed bone slightly for the surrounding of the mouth, but I didn't found that notably useful. So let's hide this mesh here so you'll see better. So the automation here is pretty standard for my pattern. So actually we got, of course I'm not gonna pose the lips like that. These are tweak lips. They are at the same time they are deformed lips, deformed bones for the lips, but they are stacking functionalities. but the control mount is here actually. And so this will be a bit more complicated because but bear with me. So these are master of lips. These are actually master of lips and arcades. They control even the arcades, what is inside the mouth. There you see these wine color ones. These are control lips. They automate the lips, the tweak lips. You see that the tweak lips are moving, but they don't move the arcades. These are tweak arcades, and I don't have automation for the arcades yet, except this one. But this I need for the lateral. I need the arcades to expand and contract according to the expressions. If we pose these bones, they are automators of the arcades. The arcades is complicated. It also needs some collision system which we can make with Shrinkwrap bone constraints sometimes. It's better than with Shrinkwrap modifier as well. So then the lips, they automate this, you see. So moving this, posing this tweak lip will automate this analog. It's a cousin bone because it's a supportive deformed lip or deformed mouth. As a deformed, no, how do you call it? Supportive, mouth supportive helper deformed bone. Yeah. So it gets automated. And which is this kind of automation? Okay, the shrink wrap is the same as this one of the lip, so it goes in the end of the stack of bone constraints. So it has. So here is one little trouble. I had to make this because I don't know another way that is not dirty. This is the cleanest one. I had to make double ones, one for the, because of the way this was rigged. The master and the control, they are, this is parented to this one, but this is parent to this. The lips, tweak lips are parent to this and not to this, so this controls them only through bone constraint, but not through parenting. Yeah, this will be hard to see. This is the parent of the tweak lips, and this is parent on the same hierarchy level. It goes as the tweak lips. These two go to the same parent, which is this one. So they are all parent to the same, except that this one still control the lips through bone constraints. So this tweak lip has some control lip, which is this blue one. So it gets yeah, this very before mix, before original, local space with orientation, local space, then with a certain value. And this one carries them by parent, just parent. So it's strong, it is not versatile, but in this case that works. And this is just a tweak. So if we want to control mouth and arcades, we use this. If we want to control just the lips, we use this. And just the arcades, we can use this. And then, but because of this, the fact that these bones are not parented to here, then when I pose this, they automate this, right? But this doesn't automate them. First, if I turn off the master ones, then wait. No, it's the opposite. Sorry, folks. I've just made this today, so I'm confused. So this are the control. No, something is wrong here. Okay, let's just do with one of them. This one. So there's a master leap. Okay, this one. So if I don't have this one, they're just duplicates. They just change the target. Ah, you see, because I was looking at the wrong bone. So you see, this one is not moving now, but if I move this one, which is lower hierarchy, because of bone constraint of these ones that are, because this push these ones through bone constraint only, and through bone constraint pathway it reaches them, and this one, although it is parent of this and this, it doesn't push because this is a bone constraint pathway. So the only way, instead of, I could parent this to this, but then it will have a giga motion, just like when these are carried by this, and this will cause like some terrible, some inadequate posings, right? So too strong, right? So it's very easy to break the shapes because we don't have the Shrinkwrap modifier, but even if we had, that would be dangerous. So here it's okay, I found, because we can still repose here easily, and we are not obliged to pose this. We can just use this instead if we don't want the parenting motion. Then so we need to have a doubled with a different target. So one is the master with the same influence, doesn't matter, so it's just a duplicate, and what the other one is not this one actually, it's this one, because if it was this one, changing here wouldn't do anything. So I decided that I wanted to affect from the lowest hierarchy bone constraint, since if I pose this one, which controls through bone constraint this one, right, it will still affect. So that's how this automation works. And as for the top here, it's the same idea, but okay, so this will move this. This one also barely moves this one, and the top here will move this by parenting, move this by parenting, so they move together, but this will just pose them through bone constraints. Okay, same idea. And either this will pose this, maybe I need to automate this one, not sure. This is the top, where's the top leap is here. This will move the top one, this will move the up one, this will move the side and up. Oh yeah, this will move this tree. So I need to decide if I want to move this, if I want to have multiple. I think this is not necessary, because if I pose this one, I get both of them moving. So it's sort of, I think it might be okay to live like that. Just the leaps, the side ones, I decided to have more, right? To have this affect these three bones because they are more, yeah. And then the here one on the, we got this one to move. Also because we're probably not gonna do something like this. Yeah, and if we want, we can still pose this, and of course these are free to pose if we really want. And there is another support. If I use this master, I can move the, yeah, this is the inverse sonic mouth rig, mouth position, master mouth position bone, right? This is not good, like perfect, because the character design here, I don't have also certain features there. The character design is more complicated, more angular shapes, and it's not very rounded, so it's much harder to do those things. But this sort of works to some extent, but I don't need the mouth to go that far from that bone. We can still and then I can, this is what I've made. I have this this bone is a master, so this won't create dependency cycle, but if we parent, yes, that will create problems. So these are both parent to the head bone, just like that, but this one will have a copy transforms, a super copy transform setup. It's a custom space on the owner, so it will use it's a fake parenting with before original. This can be sometimes local spaces on orientation, local space, or in rarer case local with parent, which is very buggy. It will cause double transforms with like a root bone. That's crazy, but sometimes it works. So here is the case of a local space. So when I pose this, I can move all the mouth altogether with as if it was a parent, but with a lower influence. And so this allows me to have this lot of tweaker system here without having dependency cycles. It's very hard to have this bone controlled by any other thing, but this thing allows us to do it. And so yeah, so this is yeah, and just to show here we have those fancy, oh, what is this? This is the zipper lips feature in Blender, and the here from one side to the other and from the middle, and here are the zipper targets. So this doesn't we can implement this with the universal sonic mouth rig. This is just a arcade intersection. So I'm gonna create this project for of this character for FAB, right? Sketch FAB, and gonna be selling that probably there or another place. And also I'm gonna make tutorial of all this, right? So of this precise systems here that I'm using certainly will be useful and inspiring. So that's, I've just concluded this thing today, this bone constraint system. It was very, very difficult to find understand what could work and make it work, right? So this solves major problems here, right? This was probably the biggest problem that I had to solve experimentally for this project. So for the face now, I'm going to continue here. So I need to improve the wave paint, the base wave of the facial rig, so like the eye holes and the eyelids border. So the eye holes are, let's see here. The eye holes would be, let's hide all this stuff. The eye holes have this setup here. I'm missing a bone here, master face. Yeah, so these ones are, I'm not sure this is gonna work well, but in principle, yeah, this automation. It's just that there are some other wave painting is missing. So This is inverse kinematics. Auto. There's actually I key. This is an I key, a master control I key, right? These are mechanism bones, right? The I key chain, and these are tweaker bones, right? The same system that I use for the simultaneous. Well, partially, this is the same system of the how do you call it, the there's a little bone there. There's a tweak that is here. This I've made just experimentally. Maybe this helps to obtain some fancy poses. Of course, when the rig works, we can when the waves are done, then probably we can see this better. Right now it's very junky. So let's get to the point here. I have to improve the eye holes waves and the eyelids borders waves. Because the eyelids borders, yeah, this is a special setup for. I need to convert this actually. So, all right. So I think I need to make this. Oh no, actually, it's okay because some bones here are not supposed to be shown. So, but it would be better if they were bigger, nonetheless. So let's. Okay, let's pick this and try to make some changes here. Strange how it doesn't seem to be deforming correctly. Okay, I don't know, but this maybe works. It's not that bad. But no, I don't like it. So I don't know why this thing is. Oh, it has a. Okay, Shift Alt X, extend, select mirror. Let's get this to a value like that. 3. It's easier to match. Then we got this, then we got back to this one. Shift Alt, there's a one missing there. Select this one, deactive. Shift Alt X, extend, copy auto selected. There we go. So maybe they are a bit too big now. Make sure with hold Alt that this is selectable. Alright, so yeah, this one is bigger because. Alright, so these bones here are the ones that I need to wave paint. So for this wave painting, I will just have to hide some mesh here. Okay, it's already hidden, the head. Otherwise, I would go to the vertex groups panel. I have a hide face selector. So select, Shift H, there we go. Let's hide some objects here. Yeah, I better keep these features. Then for reference. Then also I need to hide the eyelashes because I don't accidentally wave paint them. And we are going to also hide them, mask them from the so the reason why I'm not gonna delete the Shrinkwrap muzzle is that this rig can use it as an alternative, right, to more versatile maybe. I think we will have to, I have a batch, maybe I make a script. I know a bit more about the very basic stuff that maybe I can, with a run script, I can disable this at the same, instead of driving, right? So I can get it to the file, so it will swap between multiple features, right? So we won't have drivers things here, which delete drivers, then they yeah, create more complicated. A script will be more elegant, I think, if possible. So batch disable enable stuff in the rig, right? So here in the rigged model, the yeah, mask eyelash, here we go. Now you need to make some mask selection, but this can be on wave paint mode as well, it doesn't need to be here. So you need to make a selection of bones, otherwise this will be impossible to, very difficult to manage. So I'm just gonna pick these ones, select by color, Shift G, yeah, let's have Shift G, color, Shift H, and maybe let's pick this eye key bones also, extend, select similar, I think Shift H, no, didn't. Oh yeah, the tweaker bones will be relevant as well. Shift H, there we go. So this for the eye holes, the orbicularis oculi muscles. So I'm gonna get here and on select all, Shift H also here. Let's save and let's get to on wave paint mode. Here we got some. Okay, so there's already some waves here and they're not incorrect, but I want to expand them. Probably I could reposition some bones here, but yeah, let's get a mask here. So this will be simple, just get, we need to get here this option and then just yeah, so this is just outside here. I'm gonna add more here, yeah. Unfortunately, in this low poly character, there is not too much space for the better face loops here, so I want to improve the waves here, like expand them to see if I have better results in the rest of the, no, this is too far, right? So maybe it's a mistake, but this area is not deforming well and I'm not sure exactly why. Probably the eyelids is wave paint, so something is, oh yeah, maybe you need to invert something here. Yeah, this can have some waves on the, we can indeed do something like this. It's not forbidden. So this can have some waves influence on the but this is dangerous. This mask is Yeah, I'll do that later. Yeah, so I want to have more influence on this upper part here, the brow region, which is very, very important for cartoony expression. Yeah, maybe this we want also. Yeah, here. So even if the bone doesn't reach there, we can. But must be careful not to overdo this, otherwise this mesh will completely disrupt these corners. So we need to. It's actually quite delicate. If we don't have a good wave paint here, this is a mess. A good system of bones also. I would use bendy bones, but this project, bendy bones are very, very complicated to adapt to game versatile project. A lot of more work to do is the conversion of bendy bones. It's really it's feasible, perfectly feasible, but it's with the correct method. But it's super annoying. I don't like it. So this is why I'm avoiding. I just use for the eyelids and some other features. But then I had to make the conversion, and it was very, very painful. Okay, so here, yes, I think I need to expand here. Control numpad plus. Yeah, it was already expanded, so let's do a little more here. This one maybe we don't reach here. Actually, this might be a good idea. It will allow to smooth out this whole region here, so it works. I think it will be a good idea. Don't want these rogue waves. So here I need to pick this one. Yeah, I've expanded the mess. This one will go here. Yes. Here I'm just gonna wave paint here. And so this will be I think the last one. We can have until here, that is okay. Then I still see rogue waves. It's because this mesh I've made some. Yeah, don't know. Doesn't matter. Maybe when I've created, I made an inset to create this bit more geometry there, and that should be what caused this so maybe I don't want that other part, so just this should be enough. But let's get maximum waves here, and then reblur. Here you can already okay, so you see that some deforms here affect the other side. This is because of the stretch bone. So Need to be careful about those things. They are very bad. It's a very bad artifact caused by the scaling of a deformed bone. So they are not bendy bones, they are... Okay, so that means that, yeah, you can check from here also. So you don't want these expansions, yeah. So this is actually very, very important. I think I finally, yeah, understood. Good example here. So here, folks, something that we should, a problem that I can be called artifact, that very common on bendy bones splines. You see, these are not bendy bones. They actually, but they are these bones have a stretch to bone constraint. So it's essentially much alike a spline, right? The problem here is that because this bone is elongated and it's stretching and squashing, it has this artifact that you see when I pose this bone, some mesh here on the other side is being deformed more than, sometimes even more apparently than what is here. And so this motion is not good, and it's happening, like you see, in many ways. And this is caused, so this is, look at this one, very bad there, right? So this is because of the stretch to bone constraint and the feet and the wave paint also, because what's happening here is that we have some waves here which extrapolate too much. So this is something we should avoid when we work with bendy bones or with bones like that, right? Regular bones, but that are deforming along with they are stretching, right? So this can, we need to probably reduce this. Let's try to check now. Let's reset the pose. Let's use the tweak, it's better. Yeah, so now this is much better, right? So try to not get this extension too much, right? It can get even worse, more critical in the middle when we have a mirror modifier or symmetric stuff, right? Bendy bone connects in the middle, it can get, right, when its waves reach the middle, it can be complicated. I'm not sure if, but I think it's the same principle. So that is not very evident, right, why this stuff happens. And maybe with some, let's see wherever else it is happening. I have to fix it. Yeah, so here, maybe if we control something here, we could prevent something. I'm not sure. Like avoid some scaling. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think something can happen about this. We can manipulate, but if I just find this too confusing. Yeah, so this is the thing. So fix the waves. Have the waves not extrapolating. You see here, in the case of this bone, it will have too much waves on this part, right? We don't want that, right? So all these rogue waves are just cause pain. So they would be like symmetric artifacts. I'll see the best name I can find for now. Symmetrically stretching artifacts, maybe. Yeah, so I don't want this will be like the limit here, not there. So we maybe just reduce the waves here. And by the way, I'm not using auto normalize or normalize. This is just like that. All right. And then for the eyelids, I'll these bones here, which are around the eyes, they will get some tiny influence there, but this I'll fix later. Yeah, so it took me a while to understand better what this was about, so this will be a very valuable highlight, I hope, for the community. Alright, so yeah, here must be careful here. Again, we got this thing that can easily cause massive mess. Yeah, because when I wave paint, I have this habit of smoothing waves everywhere, but this is not it has this, in these cases, brutal inconvenience, so you cannot do this like randomly, like by default. It's not good. It can complicate the rig in certain case, and this is a perfect, not perfect, this is a great example of how things can really go wrong if we use certain technique approach that might be for the most case good, but in this case it's a disaster. And so here we might have a trouble when the waves reach the middle, even though this is not a bendy bone spline. So I need to check here. What will happen? Yeah, I'm curious to see what will happen. The waves are very tiny, so no, this one seems to be aha. This is not good. When we move the bone from here is okay, but you see from the opposite side is not good. And so this shouldn't, we might have to require another bone here, so I need to be careful about this extrapolation. This is not because it's reaching the middle, I think it's just because it's going to the opposite side, right, of the, it's crossing too much the bone, right. Let's check now. Yeah, this is a little better. So you have some motion there, but it's very subtle. So you see there too. So this mesh that is too far away can be troublesome, right? So maybe I need to reduce the influence. If this is true, then there it could have problems on those areas as well. Yeah, so there's some motion there that might be indeed. So I was doing wrong, right? So we need some masking here. Yeah, so I'm gonna get all that, but I'm gonna this is the problem of not having good face loops. One problem, right? Alright, let's check this. Good, I mean ideal face loops for the job. So here, yeah, so even low waves can already create hazardous results, right? This will improve, yeah, well, it would seem that it will be a good idea, but no. Here, oh yeah, so I haven't done the whole cyclic thing here, so I need to clear here. Yeah, this is good. Then here, this one's pretty good. Yeah, but this is not exactly why it's moving some. Because there probably are some row waves here. Yeah, this is weird. Why this is affecting? It's unclear, so doesn't matter. Okay, then we got this. Okay, this seems to be fine except for this row wave. Then here the idea is to pose these bones instead. Yeah, the tweaker bones will allow us to have a better visualization. This one can be problem, so I'm gonna take off this one and all that, and also here. Yeah, and then we're gonna, yeah, so there was a lot of work to do here, so this will be lower waves here. Tedious but fundamental, so you cannot. Alright, so here, then we got this one is very messy, right? Then I'm gonna fix the eyelids with their influence. Here we reach the center, so here there could be some trouble. We'll check right ahead. Yeah. You see, maybe we don't want too much influence from this bone in the center. It's not the worst case scenario here that I've seen regarding that, but this is very bad. So probably will need some. I would even possibly destroy it, right? So we don't want the, yeah, I don't want this influence here nor here, and that's it. So here we're just going to yeah, those very low waves seems to be good now on the center. You see, this is not good if the eyelids are not, don't have any influence from this bone, so we're gonna fix that in a moment. I think this one is the last one, and well, the conclusion is if the waves are very low, then it is okay to have these waves. Let's see, from this and then from this. Yeah, you see, this little tweak here seems fine. Now we're gonna do a highlight for this other case. So here, folks, I'm wave painting the what I call eye holes, which are these bones surrounding the cavity of the eye. So the eye holes bones, but there's actually the corresponds to the orbicularis oculi muscles, right? So all this this could be a same circular. These are not bendy bone splines, by the way. They are just some special system, but it's similar to bendy bone splines. Have some tweaking. So you see that I have this mask here, but it is not very good to deform this way if these eye hole bones, they don't have any influence in the eyelids mesh, which is the one that is not addressed here. So we need to, even on these bones which are outside of the eyelids, we want some small influence, at least in this setup that I'm making, on the eyelids. And also we see that the deforms are not very good for expressions on the top. It looks like there's too much waves here and too little waves for this, so I need to do something about some concurrent bones of the brow region, not the eyebrows, but the brow region. But this will be another topic. Right now it's I need to fix this thing, and so we're gonna just pick this. I'm not gonna do an inversion here because I don't want to affect other mesh there behind, so the head or stuff like that. So just get this tool here, tweak on wave paint mode. So we just select this. I know this is actually the mesh that I need for the eyelids, just these 3 face rings, right? And then I can go back to the select a bone. For example, let's start with this one, and then just this will be super simple. Actually these waves, I don't want to lose them. I want, because this corresponds exactly, this edge loop here, or this part of this edge ring, correspond to the top lid crease anatomic feature, and this is the bottom lid crease. So this is the interface between the skin of the face and the skin of the eyelids. So these lid creases are very important for reference for cartoon expressions also. So it's I'm going to reduce here this thing, and let's pick this one again. This one is something else, so it doesn't matter. So this is what I want to be the eyelids borders, I'm calling. But so I'm just gonna waves here very low, but with just here corresponding to this no, not here, to where they touch, right? And so let's check here now the deforms. We see that it's much better, but it could be made even better. But it's good that it's not so much stronger, because on the case of the eyelids, I think it's hidden. Yes, we cannot unhid here in wave paint mode. Okay, so we have here the setup. So you see, this is the, we would like to have the eye holes posed, but the eyelids stay in place. So we don't really want to be pushing the eyelids entirely, but we want just pinching it a little, or dragging it, pushing very gentle, and also spreading, right, in this way, which can be managed. But the eye contour, right, then we want them to have more control from the eyelids mesh. So here got many things to fix. So, but the idea is this, start to get this small influence, right, of this of these bones into the inner area. What happened? Yeah, I need to get this extend. Yeah, missed the extend. Shift H. Now we got this. Then we got here. Then we can continue. Just do another one. So to change bones, swap bones on wave paint mode in this mixed wave paint pose mode, we need to not use the mask. So 1, 2, 3 shortcuts, right? So 1, 2, 3. So you need to. It's annoying, right? But okay. So the mask is as. So I don't want to mess up the mask. This is would be very bad, right? So here, so I cannot pick the bone here. Just destroy the mask. Control Z. So turn off the mask. Change bone. Select your next bone. Then mask. And then we can do the, well, what this looks like. That in this case I'm gonna expand the selection. Oh, I think I have a restrict accidentally, because I have a 4 shortcut for it sometimes, so I don't reduce this. Okay, let's go back to, I selected this other, I couldn't. Okay, now this is good. And I could even mask more if I wanted, but this is easy, right? So I don't need to. Wave painting the eyelids is from the eyelids bone is much harder than this. This is piece of cake. So this is like, I don't need the masking. For the eyelids, yeah, you don't like to isolate the top from the bottom. So this could be a good way to make this spreading of the, yeah. So that's it, folks. So we can have, and by the way, if you want to check here how this the wave paint of the eyelids bones, they would be, now these are mechanism, because this is a converted bendy bone spline. Converted bendy bones to regular bones, which is a, okay, so yeah, so here you see very strong waves on the borders here, or the corners, right, on the edges, limits, right, threshold. And then with bendy bones it's so much easier. Pure bendy bones, they form bendy bones. This is just a mechanism bendy bone, so you just need 2 for the bendy bones. With this you need like as many segments you want. So it's an annoying technique, but it can be a game saver somewhat. All right, that's it, folks. Yeah, so today lots of highlights to. Yeah, I just have a few more minutes today, folks, so I'm not gonna extrapolate as I have been doing over and over again. So this time I need to stop doing this. It's very, very bad habit. We all have bad habits, so there's one of mine. So this is not very good for the channel. Frustrates expectations. It's not even for me. Then I see, well, what I'm doing. I'm better just to keep doing the live streams shorter, right? 1 hour is already maybe a lot for a lot of people, right? So and this is 1 hour and a half. So by improving this, my performance on this stuff, I can possibly get better content in the channel with less effort. So probably worth I'll win. Of course, there might be situations in which, yeah, why not? We want to be streaming like all day long, but this will be, or many hours long, but this should be avoided. Only for special projects or special cases. Otherwise, I think it's not. It becomes addictive, because if you know streaming, right, you start streaming, doing this stuff, right, you get into flow eventually, and then you need, my experience at least, and then eventually on the flow you start to chat with people and then you start to, or not, but there is this call of duty to perform in the stage, and then it becomes difficult to, it's subjective somewhat, but it's become difficult to just give up and stop. No, I will go to the end, until the end, until I'm done here, and then so it becomes what should be a 1 hour stream, 2 hour stream may become a 4 hour stream, something like that. So it doesn't need to be like that. So you need to train, identify habits, and then try to understand. It's a lifetime thing, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? This is a simple case thing, right? It's not something that is like here is interesting, because I could try to push these waves into the no, this can be dangerous too much, right? So but it seems to be another way to get the spreading of the, let's check. Yes, it seems to be working. Well, for this is of course easy, but we need to check here, because it's wave paint. One works in relation to the other. Exactly. So it's relative, right? Rigging usually in Blender is relative. So when we pick waves from one area, one region, so you see, by wave painting the eye hole, I could improve the wave paint of the eyelids without. So I solved this problem, or like 50% of the problem at least was solved thanks to wave painting the eye holes onto the eyelids very smoothly with very low waves. That was sufficient. But then we have some strange mesh going on, but this is okay, because we won't see this mesh, right? And now we have the rig of the eyelids is really working, the eye holes, except for that region, which should be about, let's see how this works in automation. Okay, so here now let's get some hair visible. Let's hide this nasty junk of bones. Maybe not nasty, maybe someone find beautiful to watch, but it's messy, right? It's a confusion, can be daunting sometimes. I'd prefer things to be simple, but no. Welcome to rigging in CG art. We are still in the Neolithic age. We need unmask the eyelashes, right? I think what happened there? Well, maybe I've got some rogue waves. No, it's impossible because I think it's just some change on the mesh patterns. So I have to, yeah, to solve this I'm just gonna push this forward. We got some little issue here. Yeah, there's some slight intersection there. Yeah, so this is tricky. What happened here? Anyways, this is not the... It's like this vertex is getting... Ah, I see. Something is weird about the... Oh, they are not... What happened is that I've rejoined the eyelids with the... Okay, so this actually it's... Well, merge by distance. Maybe we need some... Okay, that was merged. I hope that... I don't think I have anything that's close, so it should be just enough to fix that thing. Yeah, I don't think I have any other minimal distance. Usually in a lot of rigs the eyelashes, they are separated, but I found out that there is a special way to, even with a non-manifold mesh, which is the case now, this method works without too much problems. It just works. We cannot use solidify modifier on the eyelids, but then it is compensated by other features. This is something I yeah, this is another rig of the eye, so we have a solidify on this eye coins thing, so offset. Yeah, just to guarantee the eye is not floating, we could do that, right? So now, yeah, this eye's rig was very tough. One of the hardest challenge of making this card was to adapt this thing. Okay, now another thing that requires a tutorial okay, Then we have here, okay, this thing that, yeah, what I was about to show here, the tweak, no, this is eyes, no, it's not that, master face, the bones are hidden, yeah, that's it. So essentially, yeah, let's make this automated. Yeah, time's up, folks. I'll just try to revise a little, just restart the automation for this on this because this is something possible. It's something that, so I'll just give myself 15 minutes, no more than that, and that's it. So basically this is very interesting. I have another character that this is working. I don't remember all this right setup that I've done, so this can be quite tricky. And here I have eyelash bones which are not automated, so this is why this is not working for the eyelashes yet. This is another automation thing, so soon I'll address that. So, but the eyelids is mostly perfectly rigged. Yeah, the eyelids are working very well, and the orbicularis oculi, or eye holes, it's working fine, but without subdivision modifier we should be a bit careful about this deformed. I don't think I can get much better in this mesh because with this amount of bone, so unfortunate. But for the character expressions, I think mostly, yeah, with the automation it will be much better. So alright, then, so the thing here is the following. We want the eyelids to, so ignore the eyelashes, so I'm going to even mask the eyelashes for now. What we want to have is that the eyelids, they don't automate the other stuff, so the eyelids are lower hierarchy. The eye hole bones, they are higher hierarchy. They will carry the eyelids because they are part of making expressions. They would also need some sort of, to prevent this kind of thing, to have a better deform. Oh, hold on, this is difficult. I need to think here. Yeah, I was thinking about the ghost mesh, but here I don't have a ghost face, so you need to be careful about posing. Actually, I could, let's see the size of this. No, yeah, so probably this shouldn't be, unfortunately. But the eyelids bones, they can perhaps to prevent pushing them inside, this will be bad for the eyelashes meshes at least, so, which are not appearing here. We might want to shrink wrap these ones to the but I don't have I see, it won't work because they are carrying deformed bones to create dependency cycle. So I need another target object. It's not the case now, so just take the notes. So I'll ignore the shrink wrapping features, which can improve posing the control rig. So what we're gonna do is just that I need to define, so this is the master top, which is, there are many ways to make this stuff, right? So there's also the brows thing. Yes, the brow and the face thing. So here I'm gonna hide the hair. So here the eyebrow, which is a different mesh. This is a trick that I'm gonna not explain now, but totally in detail. But this is the way I found to rig this. The eyebrows bones, deform bones, right? They are, and at the same time control bones. They are just parented to the brow bones, which is part of the deform rig of the face. We are not meant exactly to control these bones manually, but you can tweak them and see by carrying the, because they carry through parenting the eyebrow deform bones, then it's easy to deform the brow at the same time with the eyebrow, and so you can make these crazy expressions, right? So this is how we do this, one way, at least one simple way, very simple way. So I didn't maybe this is how other rigs do, but I haven't found any instruction on that. So but I feel like, oh, this is so simple, that might be how they work. Maybe I've checked some, I don't know, Rigify if it's like that, if Blender Studio guys it's like that, I could check, maybe you know, but I haven't seen it. I have to make it on my own. There's just no tutorials on this that I found, so very interesting thing to conceive. So here we want to automate these brow bones of the face from this one. So I need an automation, or actually from these ones. No, we'll do from these ones, because these are tweakers or control, yeah, tweakers of the, so the problem here is that we have many tweakers. So this could be a master tweaker, why not? Yes. So I think I got an idea here. Yeah, so it's like, and then the brow doesn't do anything. So you gotta have this copy transform stuff with the typical before original, local space with owner orientation, so it will respect the axis, the regular axis here, so there will be no problem. But this is usually better. So here we have this thing, but we want to reduce this to some value that is not this one, but something higher. Okay, this, maybe it's too high here, so something like that, maybe 0.6. This sounds mostly good. Then we're gonna do yeah, so now I need to think, because we can do one by one, or these ones will have actually two. Hold on. So the best thing will be to do a lot of copy transforms first. Oops, inverted the idea. Copy transforms, copy transforms, copy transforms, and copy transforms. So because they are closer. So now I pick this and this. Yeah, this and the brow 01. Yeah, no. Let's see. Brow 001 and brow, no. Brow and shift alt brow 01. Okay. Then we pick this one, then we pick brow 004, brow 003. And now we got this active. We just, well, can do with alt, but we can also do it copy to selected, and here we can also copy to select them. So now all of them have the same thing. Their targets are already fixed. This will push these two, this will push this one, and this will push these two. So I did that because now I could get more bone constraints, but so this will push more, okay, and this one will be pushed much lesser, maybe. Yeah, maybe just a little more. That's good. It's okay if it lags behind. There's not it's more about the deforms and not so much about the bones, right? Yeah, so maybe this needs to be pushed a little more. Yeah, apparently yes, that is the idea. Maybe this is too much. It'll be good if we have these ones following, right? Because that'll, yeah, like if we wanted just to, yeah, that will be relevant. So you have to make, it wasn't my idea, but I think this will make sense. After I can just hide them. So now this will gonna reduce by a lot, and this one also reduced by a lot. Select these two, let's select this one, and before original, local space with orientation, local space, and that's it. So now this is still much better. Yeah, it's somewhat better. Gonna push more this center one. No, this is too much. This one maybe push a little more, and this one I think exaggerated. The rotations won't create the effect desired, so for the rotations to affect, we need a different setup, a different a variation of the setup. So I want just this one to pivot. So we're gonna change this to custom space with the same armature, the same bone, and that's it. And now this is fake parenting. And actually, maybe it will be better that if this one, it's 0,3, right? So I might be confusing. Yeah, the orders here, let's pick these ones first. So I'm gonna just change here, right? Actually, here we're gonna local space parameters, custom space, and before original, and well, oh, there's something that didn't work. Okay, so none of these things applied, and this is there's a wrong target here. I got the vertex group instead. Yeah, it'll be much better with batching, right? So now we have this fake parenting, fake smooth parenting, which is the best bone constraint in all Blender system. I'm exaggerating. It's a great solution, and yeah, 15 minutes have gone. So okay, so I started to make the automation, which is good. I think I need to fix these waves, but this will be for the next time, tomorrow probably. Then anyways, let's see this automation. Yeah, this is still, oh, maybe this needs to, yeah, because we still don't have the automation for the eyelids, but we start to have this working, right? And this, why this looks like something is incorrect here. Okay, we are missing correct data here. This will not rotate, so maybe this on the side we might not want to rotate in the end, just because it is in the corner. So some, maybe even this one is too much, right? Slide rotation, yeah, might be another great idea. So maybe here we don't want this at all, so just give this more regular stuff, right? This one is pivoting because of this one, so that seems good. Okay, but here we're gonna reduce this influence. Yeah, and this looks good. And then yeah, so still, so to complete the, not to complete, but to, we could parent this to here, because this will hold the automations. Oh, it's already parented, right? So, but then nothing happens because the, oh no, it's not parented, this is fake. This is for control I key I hold. What is this? Oh yes, it is another system. Okay, so essentially I'll have to create a bone constraint, is that it? Yeah, because this was another system, so maybe I'll have to create an adaptation here. We're gonna see, maybe this works. So copy transforms. Here just use the same before, regional, local space with, or just try this. So here you see, as I pose here, this will create the automation for all of them, but we will want perhaps to have some, oh no, the pivoting works there, so that's okay. We're gonna just copy here, and alright, so something crazy happened, of course, because we need to symmetrize some bones here. This rotation I think won't stop working for some reason. Oh, this no, this is correct. Here, okay, this is wrong. We got those messed up. Just double checking this. Yeah, let's do this again. Because I'm not sure what is what, then I pick everything on the left side. Many things, even the central bones, they won't symmetrize, so null, nothing will happen. So here we just got, alright, this is fine. Yes, this is great. Very good, very good, very good. So then finally we want not this one to be carrying by parenting some grotesque thing. No, we want just this tweak or control eyelids to be this is one great one. So we got copy transforms. So here I'm not sure if I want custom space. I think I know. So we got this will be a more low amount. So you see here, that is good. Something like that, right? Then of course we want to do the same perhaps for, yeah, so for this one we're gonna, yeah, you can also alternatively you can also do this Shift Alt C. They don't have any bone constraint. Yeah, so here then we just need to change the, yeah, that will work, but no, I want to change the target here for this, especially for the eyelids. I don't want to distribute, could be good, but in the end this one will be distributing. That's the point. So we're gonna change the target here for this one, right, just like this. Here maybe we want more. No, we don't want. If we want, it can itself be posed. We can pose it manually. This one seems to be good. Oh yeah, actually the values are also very low here, so also makes sense. All right, and this one will be pushing this one, pulling this one, yeah, and then this could be a lower value. Yeah, so this is very personal, right? You need to see what seems to be better for us, and then the automation. So you get this, you see they don't move in exactly in the same rates, and this is very cool, even if, yeah, and this is not by parenting. So this is why bone constraints are much more valuable than sometimes parenting. So I don't like the pinching here, so I don't know what's going on. It's just the last thing that I need to check. Is the last thing, yeah, I promise. Now so here we need to check this on the deform rig for all these bones, I guess. Yeah, so let's, is the eyelids and eye holes probably some problem about this Control Shift, this vertex here, deform head, eyelid top. I remember this issue that I left unsolved. because I wasn't, yeah, I was too confused because of this bendy bones, converted bendy bones. That's might be this I hole 05. Yeah, there we go. It was already bad probably, and I managed to get it even worse. It's still a bit strange. This wave seems to be wrong for... No, this is the eyelid top. Wait, this makes no sense. Mechanism? What kind of... No. I was on a wrong... I think these waves are incorrect. I need to double check here. Am I missing? No. Oh, there was a... I see now. There's a... There was a terrible thing that happened when I merged. That explains some issues. That thing was merged, so this was very dangerous actually. So I've lost some work on the... And that might be why this thing got messed up. Yeah, so this I can revise later anyways. So for now let's just try to get here, right? I have to re-snap this, but not now. Little details, and you see that something is pinching there, but maybe just some pose. Yeah, it was just some pose. So yeah, so sort of we got things fixed, and so this is how we can get the so part of this ice rig solution achieved, and it's start to get really nice. And let's see here what we achieved today, what we can take off from the list. Complete base wave of the face. Eye holes. Yes, eye holes, eyelids, borders. You have to improve. Eyelids border didn't have time, unfortunately, but we'll need to brow. Yeah, actually this one, improve. Improve. Yeah, brow and forehead. Improve relation to eyelid, eye holes. Yeah. Eyelids borders is just a special topic. I need to create a bone for this. Wave paint, then out convert. It uses currently a Shrinkwrap modifier, but I want to make it into a Shrinkwrap bone constraints, so I can bake, right, the deforms, the bones. Conversion, Shrinkwrap. So what we have here, okay, eye holes outside, it's not rigged yet. Yeah, because I need a target. Now I remember where a note that I had. Need a Shrinkwrap target. Or wait, maybe I can investigate. Yeah, this is a bit tricky now. I need to test, but okay, then I will decide eyelids. Yeah, this is the conversion thing. Eyelids borders. So this is the eyelids borders, is sort of the easiest one, but it's not in order. So let's leave it in order like this. Smooth waves. Then we have body. Smooth waves get us good. Okay, this will be later after we finish the facial expression. Face automation. This we already started concluding the. Yeah, today I've made a lot, but before the stream, mouth rig higher automation, main eyes almost we got. Yeah, I can say we got this. Eye holes, brows. We are. No, this is still lacking. Eyelids, eyelashes, no, not this. Arcade automation, that will be also lacking. So, and then we need, yeah, then this helper bone skeleton. I don't have a lot, but some topics here are time consuming. But this is getting real fast now. This is easy. It's just I need to check what is the best approach, but already just wave painting, conversions that I know how to do for most part. Nothing too experimental here to fix, to solve. Face automation is always annoying, so like wave painting it needs patience. It's a bit of artistic, the automations. It's in its focus. Arcades automation. This is yeah, it's tricky. You'll see. I need to mimic collisions. Yeah, it's like automation collisions. Yeah, fake collisions. So it's like this is not trivial. The collisions are very annoying, but I can check my other models, rigged models that solve that. So, and that's it. Then we have shape keys, which is, yeah, this is time consuming, and then even more shape keys for mocap. So this can be created. Yeah, so let's say 3 days for all this, and shape keys maybe 2, 3, 4 days. It really depends. This I've never done. So, and then the rest is, I'm getting out of time, so maybe I won't meet meet the deadline exactly for February. I have to rush if I really want. I think it won't have time. If I could skip this, yeah, I have to work a lot. Let's see. So that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. Take care. Happy Valencia. Another time. Hope you enjoy the content. See ya, folks.